All right, deep breaths. Deep breaths. We don't have to go 7!
And we don't have to golf!
Leafs win Game 6, 2-1 in overtime, and win the first round series for the first time in 19 years. Yeah, there's a couple other matchups, but we have to get right into this. Oof. Oh my god.
What a game. What a series. Before we start, all the respect in the world to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Just knowing. We just got to talk about their run, too.
Yeah, just knowing the fact that the Leafs have to play them like this for the entire time and only win in overtime and just barely win the series. It's immense respect. Those guys played hard.
And even
they were not easy.
Even John Cooper said after the game that the Leafs line wasn't like, oh, you guys were assholes the entire time. No, they were like nice. I mean, the Lightning are a tough team to beat. Out of the last since
we know that because they've only
since 2019, after they lost to Columbus, there's only been one team that has beat them, and it was the Colorado Avalanche last year.
And the Stanley Cup final. And now the Leafs are another one.
By the way, Tampa is on
and I'm saying this, like, respect to the Lightning in reference to we're going to have a lot of laughing at them throughout this episode.
By the way, Tampa is on a new streak. A losing streak. They are on a 2-series losing streak.
Oh, yeah. Stanley Cup final. And now first round.
All right. Now let's actually crack into the game. First period, boring. It was, again, Tampa dominated the majority of it. But it wasn't
really that boring, though.
It wasn't as bad as the other games. They actually looked like a team. The shots, of course, had to be 10-7 after one. Of course they had to be 10-7 after one. Why couldn't they have to be 10-7 after one?
Now, yeah, the Lightning dominated, but I wouldn't say they dominated. The Lightning were the better team. But the Leafs actually put up some good shots, and I was honestly surprised at this. They actually got 2 power plays in the first period.
Yes, they did. Yes, they didn't do anything with them. The second power play was absolutely disgustingly awful.
The first one was great. The second one was just as bad as the first one was good.
Second period, I gotta look up what time these goals were scored at because I should have had.
Well, before that, we have a couple things to go through before the goal.
Actually, hold on, just give us 1 second.
Yeah. So, early in the second period, the Leafs take a penalty. High stick, Shen to the box. Yeah, it was not a good penalty to take, but at least they called it right. And I was actually surprised that they called it just because
I even texted them saying that it was a good call. I know that the refs have been really against the Leafs, but I mean that was an actual good call. It wasn't like some BS.
They weren't even against the Leafs. They were just not calling penalties at all. Like, we're talking, we had Samsonov slashed someone, and then the Lightning defenseman slashed Samsonov back. Those are both penalties. I don't care. That was in a different game. It wasn't in this one. But the Leafs, great penalty kill. And then Luke Shen almost ended up on a breakaway out of the box.
Oh, yeah. He did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but going into that second period, the Leafs knew the next power play is going to go to Tampa, and when it comes, just kill it off.
It was a must kill. Like, if we didn't kill that, something would have happened. I mean, you don't know what would happen if I don't want to.
But again, it's always the biggest kill of the season until the next. Then they take another penalty and another huge kill.
We're going to play a quick little game after we're done with this game. As I said, it's going to be a one-question game. You cannot look the stats up for this, though. We head on to the third period. Oh, no, we
No,
know. We
no.
have to get
And
to the
then-
goal first. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. How did we get the goal? We have a really good shift for the Leafs. Matthews, one shot, blocked. Another shot. Vasilevsky gets on it. Then,
Cycling the puck.
one-timer. Might have gone off of something,
I don't
but
think
it goes bar down on Vasilevsky.
which is hard to do.
And just like that, it's 1-0 Toronto.
We're all celebrating because, of course, it's a 1-0 lead. And TG Brody gets an assist on it. Beautiful pass from him, by the way.
That was just a great setup play.
And since it's
and
late,
a really good shift.
And since it was late, we've take that momentum into the third period and shut them out 1-0. But by the way, speaking about shutting them out, I don't remember who it was, but someone in the intermission jinxed Samsonov's shutout.
Who cares? They won.
That's true.
Silly goose.
So, third period starts. I think we were pretty evenly matched. I can't remember. I think Tampa was still a little bit dominant, but I think we were still pretty good.
The second period was all Toronto. First period
it always is.
Somewhat all Tampa.
And then, so third period, 4-11 in. Stamkos on just Samsonov can't stop this. It's just a great rebound by Stamkos. Radish and Cirelli get the assists. And
some players are easier to move.
Yeah.
Steven Stamkos is not one of them. It's Steven Stamkos. That's the only explanation you get because that's the only explanation you need.
So I messaged Josh. I'm like,
he's gonna score that.
I messaged you, and I'm just like, here we go.
I honestly didn't even notice that. Like, never even a single bit noticed that. Yes, I know I said it.
Yeah, So it's just back and forth for the rest of that game. Like, nothing is going in. Both goals, it was a goalie game. We go to overtime. We always do predictions. Who's going to score the overtime winner? And he said, who did you say?
I said Morgan Riley for Toronto because he already has a great series and it's going to be great if he caps it off. And Nick Paul for Tampa because, of course, public enemy number one in Toronto.
And I said Bunting and Asamont, I think, right?
Yes, you did. I'm looking at the text right now.
Well, one of us,
said it has to be Bunting.
One of us was actually a lot closer than the other one. But there's two things I want to point about this overtime. Just a few things about this overtime goal. A great shift again early in the third, 4 minutes into the 4 minutes into overtime, John Tavares just trying to get to the net. First time he couldn't. He brings it right back around. Spin, very quick spin. Just throw it at the net. I think it goes off of something. I don't remember what it
definitely went off something.
It went off of, obviously it went off of Tampa because it wouldn't be Tavares' goal. For the second time in his career, second time in what?
Or Vasilevsky.
6 years? When did, it doesn't matter.
16, I think, or 16.
Anyway, so for the second time in his career, John Tavares has a series-winning goal. And the Leafs demons have been exorcised, and they move on to play Boston or Florida.
Probably Florida, let's face it.
So there's two things I want to point out here. Morgan Riley got an assist, so you technically got that part right. He did get a point on that goal. Matthew Knies was the other assist on that Tavares goal.
What an actual beauty, eh?
Just, like, remember back before the playoffs started? And everybody was screaming at Dubas, put Knies in the lineup for the last 3 games, and he just was outperforming. And then he also, speaking of Matthew Knies, he saved the game a few days ago. And he goes on to assist the winning goal in overtime. And the series clinching goal in overtime. He is going to be amazing next year.
And I'm going to point that out. Matthew Knies was born on October 17th, 2002. He was not even 2 years old the last time this team won a playoff round.
There are people getting drafted right now. Slavkovsky, Shane Wright, that weren't even born yet. Bedard wasn't even born yet.
Bedard was born over a year after.
He wasn't even a thought yet.
Yeah, it was 15 months.
So let's do a quick little game. It's going to take like maybe 2 minutes. I want you to name me the 2 players on the Leafs this game who led them in hits.
I know Achari had a lot.
Okay, yeah, he's 1. He had 8. The other one had 8 too. This guy is not surprising.
Who else was grindy? Jake McCabe played great.
He had 7.
Is it Brody or Shen?
It's one of those 2.
I don't know if Luke Shen, because he was really grinding it out, especially in like the end of the second period. He was grinding it out.
TJ Brody had...
Was it Shen?
4. Luke Shen had
4.
8. Giordano letting them hits off. He's the only one. Him and Marner are the only 2 that didn't have a hit that game. Everybody else did.
Oh, Marner was Marner. Marner had a good game.
Yeah, he was just dancing by everybody. It was great. It was fun.
Did he score? No. Did he lead to goals indirectly? Yes.
All right, we can take our deep breaths. Let's head over to New York. The Rangers stave off elimination. We're heading back to Prudential Center. I believe it's Monday night. Or tomorrow night already, because we do this at midnight. And they destroyed the New Jersey Devils 5-2. And let's get the scoring going with one of the, obviously, the most prolific New Jersey Devil on this team. Curtis Lazar opens the scoring halfway through the first. Kevin Ball.
I thought he was still on Bruins.
Of course, Ball would get an assist. And Damon Severson would get the other assist. We didn't watch any of this, so we're just going to go through. We're just going to go through them.
Yeah, I saw the Kreider goal. Up to that point, I only saw the Kreider goal. Because that was during one of the center missions.
And speaking about Chris Kreider, we can actually say it. Sam Rosen, we love you. 25 seconds left in the first. Chris Kreider, it's a power
play goal!
Mika Zibanejad and Adam Fox get the assist, and it's 1-1 after 1.
And Kreider doing what he does best, being a nuisance in front of the net, tipping shots. Scoring.
Second period. Again, this is pretty much just an entire copy of the first, except it's 2 Rangers goals. Mika Zibanejad gets his first of the series. Kreider and Tarasenko halfway through the second. And then Tarasenko late in the third. 1:35 left in the second. Makes it 3-1. Kreider and Fox get the assist. Kreider had 3 points tonight.
Underratedly.
7:23 left into the third. Barclay Goodrow, which is a Sharks legend, gets his first of the series.
He was also on the Lightning. Hope you know.
Ew. We don't talk about them.
He was part of that Lightning third line.
We don't talk about them anymore. They're golfing. Jimmy Vesey gets the assist.
What's the tea time again?
Jimmy Vesey gets the assist. And it's 4-1. At this point, you pretty much just think, it's a 4-1 game. There has been a team that's blown a 4-1 lead, but they're not in the playoffs anymore, so we don't have to talk about it.
It's a blue and white team, and no, it's not the Leafs.
Or Rangers. Or they're blue, white, and red.
Rangers aren't really blue and white, they're also red. But that other team also wears only blue and white, and no, it's not the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, they did play against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And this goal was pretty much just a stab in the heart. Braden Schneider gets his first. Mikkola gets his second assist. And Hito gets his third assist of the series. And Dawson Mercer on the power play with Heischer and Hughes. And that's all she wrote. Shots on goal, 36-25 in favor of New Jersey. Well, we head back to Prudential Center on Monday night for 7.
And I'll be watching that. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep everything together watching a Game 7. Good thing I don't have to worry about 2 Game 7s on one day, because the Leafs decided to win.
And
Good.
we're going to play another game, but instead we're going to do hits. We're going to take both of the Rangers and the Devils combined. Who led the game in penalty minutes?
Now, I did not watch the game. So,
You know what? I'll just give you the team. It's the New York Rangers. Just take a random shot in the dark. I will give you nothing.
I have a weird feeling it's Jacob Trouba.
It is not Jacob Trouba. It was Vincent Trocheck.
If Tony DeAngelo was on the team, it would be him.
It was Trocheck.
Who was it?
Trocheck.
Oh.
And then second was...
one of them wasn't fighting, and let me guess, it was like 5 or 10 or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe he had a fight and then went to another fight. Because that's what you can do in hockey.
Because it's hockey. That's the only team sport where you can do it.
And last but not least, certainly not least, the Oilers finish off the Kings 5-4 and move on to play the Vegas Golden Knights in round 2. That's our first actual matchup that we have completely set.
And I'm just going to say this.
We have to
Stuart Skinner better be buying Kyler Yamamoto a very nice dinner today.
Yeah, because we'll get to that in a second.
You got to take him to a 7-star restaurant.
All right. Open scoring, of course, like he always does very early. Connor McDavid, a minute 25 in, Bouchard at Ekholm. I don't think we were watching this either. We didn't really get to watching to the third period. Let's just run through this quickly.
At that point, though, I think the Leafs.
Let's just run through this quickly. Sean Durzi gets his first career playoff goal, I believe, and his first of the series. Kevin Fiala and Quinton Byfield get the assist. And then Klim Kostin gives the Oilers a 2-1 lead with 12-12 left in the first, with McLeod and Desharnais getting an assist. Let's just move on to the second period because this is back and forth. And we'll get to the Danault goal coming up soon. Leon Draisaitl gets his 7th of the series. He's over a goal per game. It's crazy. McDavid and Bouchard get an assist. Makes it 3-1. Kempe gets one back. Fiala and Arvidsson. And it's 3-2. Both power play goals, by the way. I wonder, was this a... Well, okay, it was 2 minors, I'm assuming. Kevin Fiala, 8-16. Power play goal, Doughty and Arvidsson. It's a 3-3 game. Klim Kostin gets his second of the night. Yamamoto, Desharnais, 10:54 left in the second. Oilers, we take the lead. And now we head to the third. And at first, we were yelling if you're a goaltender, 10 to goal. With Philip Danault, it was a shorthanded goal. But the review, well, there wasn't really a review. But what they showed after it kind of changed me. And I'm pretty sure it was what happened. So Stuart Skinner had the.
I'm not gonna, in my opinion.
He had to play the puck. It was coming right at him. I mean, if he would have let it go and would have just rolled behind the net, but if it's coming right at you, you're gonna want to shoot it out. And at first we thought, I looked down at my own phone for 1 second, and if you're going to tend to goal, but he shot it and it just whiffed off his stick right into Danault's stick and in. But what happened afterwards is what I think what actually accidentally happened. I think his stick broke because I saw they were showing the replay and then they were showing him going back to the bench to get a new stick. So I think his stick broke. And even if Josh, even if he was able to play it in the corner, his stick still would have broken and he wouldn't have got much of a shot, much of a hit off. No matter what he did. So there was pretty much no way of getting out of that.
But the thing is, he could have played it anywhere. Literally anywhere else. But his stick was broken.
I wonder how long that took that stick to be broken. He's been using the same stick for like 2.5 years. Yeah, goalie sticks are really strong, though, so.
I'm watching the replay right now. I'm watching that goal right now. That stick is not broken.
I don't know what he did then.
You can tell when a stick's broken. You can tell. That is not a broken stick. He fanned on it. And even if he didn't fan on it, you could tell he's just looking at playing it up the gut, right back up the middle. That's not. When is this an effective play?
And Kyler Yamamoto seals the deal. He gets a very important goal. Just 3:03 left in the third. McLeod and Costin get the assist.
Just shot through chaos in front of the net.
And that ends the Kings season. 70 shots on goal, 44-26 for LA with the handshake line, and it's the end of the season for LA. They will be seeing Tampa on Monday and tomorrow night.
Yeah, right at that golf course, eh?
Yep. So we have 2 Game 7s to preview tomorrow. Today, right now, we're going to preview. And there's only one more series after that, which is guaranteed. Now, the question is Game 1 of the Toronto series, is that going to be Tuesday, I'm assuming, or is that going to be Wednesday? I'm assuming it's going to be Tuesday because if you still do Hockey Night in Canada, it would be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, probably Thursday, Saturday, Monday again. Because we're getting deeper in the playoffs.
I don't know what it is.
We'll find out tomorrow. We'll probably get the schedule sometime tomorrow or May 1st.
Yeah, nothing makes sense in the National Hockey League. Also, tomorrow is May 1st.
So we're gonna start off with the probably maybe the biggest laughing stock in the world right now if this happens. Bruins Panthers in TD Garden. Who do you have? What's the score?
First of all, the Bruins are not going to be the biggest laughing stock in the league, considering that the Lightning just lost to its.
Boston would be the laughing stock.
Yeah, historically good season, and they blow a 3-1 lead
to the Panthers, who barely squeaked in. I can't see Boston losing.
And before that, now I'm going to ask you a question. What's worse?
Yes.
Getting swept in the first round or blowing a 3-1 lead?
I'd say getting swept.
Because getting swept, I think you know what the reference is.
Yes, Tampa.
Yeah, and now we're doing this. The possible 3-1 blown lead. The Panthers have all the momentum going into this game.
And there's still confusion. Ullmark or Swayman? I'm pretty sure it's still going to be Ullmark. I can't see Boston losing this. It's going to be close, but it's not going to be that close. I'm going to say 4-2 Bruins.
Thing is, I don't know how surprised we should act if the Panthers do win this game.
Well, the winner of this series plays the Leafs in the second round, which I'm not expecting ever to say again, but that's still super weird to say.
We could say that again because the curse is over.
The winner of this series is going to play the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
This is something I've said that before. I was alive when they...
I was too.
When they got to the second round.
The winner of the Bruins and Panthers is going to play the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round of the playoffs.
That sounds, I don't know what sounds more weird. Playing the Leafs in the second round because now it's actually happening, or someone's playing the Sabres in the first round because that's not happening.
So who do you have? What's the score? Let's move on to Seattle, Colorado.
You know what? Just for the hell of it. Who cares? Anything can happen. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, the Leafs won a
series. Yeah, Leafs won a series. Well, might as well make these playoffs even more crazy.
Score.
The Florida Panthers, 4-2.
We both have 4-2, just different teams. Speaking, I want to say one more thing about the Leafs. We lost our bets, but why do we care?
I've never been happier to lose $40.
Like this is the only time if we put money on the game, we want to lose that money. That's the only time we're ever gonna want to lose a bet. We had $20 on the Lightning to win the series and $20 for Lightning to win the game. Neither of that happened.
And now we don't even care.
And now I'm not gonna bet anymore.
I'm not betting anymore because we're not betting against demons.
And now let's head to Ball Arena tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, Game 7 between the defending Stanley Cup champions and the newest team in the league. I'll let you go first.
Colorado.
Last time.
Colorado, they're defending Stanley Cup champions, and we have seen rust in their games, especially Game 5. Oof, Maroon. Game 6, they looked great, and I think they just kind of carried into Game 7. The Kraken are gonna put up a fight, and they're gonna force this game into overtime, and not one overtime, but 2.
4.
Hopefully not, but Game 7 for overtime, I'd be down to watch that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It's going to be 3-2 Avalanche in double overtime, and the winner is going to be Mikko Rantanen.
All right, my prediction, as much as I absolutely love the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh yeah, if you don't know the story, listen to the last Intermedio recap
or the Intermedio podcast. I think I put that on there too.
Yeah, but Tyler absolutely hates the Avalanche.
They're at home. It's a Game 7. The Avalanche know how to win. I can't see them losing in round 1. Avalanche beat the Kraken 5-2. You know what? Let's just do New Jersey and New York for Monday, because there's no point of doing a preview for tomorrow. It's going to take us a minute.
Do you want to do Rangers and Devils, or while we already have time, do you want to do the Knights Oilers series preview?
No, we'll do that after we figure out Rangers Devils. We'll do that May 1st. All right, Rangers Devils.
It's just that I don't want to think about Rangers Devils too soon.
We can do the preview
That's all.
tomorrow. You want to do the preview tomorrow?
Yeah, I just don't want. Oh, you can do it.
All right, we'll do the preview tomorrow then. All right, well, series and history has officially changed. The Maple Leafs are heading to the second round to play the Florida Panthers or the Boston Bruins.
Probably not the Boston Bruins. Most likely Florida Panthers, because we know how the National Hockey League works, and nothing makes sense in the National Hockey League.
So there's 2 things that are going to happen in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We're either going to have the Leafs making their first conference final appearance in over 7,000 days, or the Panthers making their first conference final since they went to the final.
Since they went to the Cup in '96.
Yeah. Or we're going to have
Boston.
You have to deal more demons with Boston.
Well, is it really that demonic at this point?
We can't be Boston. The
first round.
Can't that's true, but that's what I want. All right, we're out. We'll see you tomorrow. Got 2 Game 7s to watch, and Leafs won a series. Go Leafs, go!